Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is kind of a weird way to start off a build video, I will say. The way this video was supposed to start was I had some clips recorded of what this room used to look like. This used to be a storage room. It's an extra bedroom in my house. The walls used to be tan. These curtains weren't there. It was full of stuff in here. And I was going to kind of show that as the, I guess, intro of the video. I was going to clean out the room, show the process of me painting this and all that crap. But as I was editing a different video, I deleted the footage off of my SD card, and now I'm gonna go ahead and crack into this box real quick, get this desk built and set up over there where the desk is going to sit. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of that off camera, and then once I get that done, we'll start to talk more about what's gonna be on that desk and what's gonna happen next, all that stuff. All right, update. So I got everything unboxed out of this box. There's a ton of styrofoam in there, and it's just everywhere. Coated everything. Is going to make a huge mess when I put this together, but that's all right. If you guys couldn't tell, this is a bit more complicated than my usual desks that I use in my builds. There's a lot more parts to it. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see how many parts are actually involved with this desk in particular. It does have quite a bit of weight to these parts. It should be nice and sturdy when it's all built. That way we won't have any issues with it rocking around on my carpeted floors. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish up building this desk, and then I'll meet you guys back here once that's done. Alright, as you guys can see, we got the desk all assembled here. It took about an hour or so to get this whole thing built. I didn't realize how many parts there actually were to assemble, especially for the top part up here. But we got it all built up. This is a 47 by 24 inch desk, and this should be just about perfect for the laptop that I'll be using in this build. So I think this will look pretty good. You can see it's still pretty dirty. I didn't actually go through and wipe it down yet. Still got little pieces of styrofoam all over it, and we'll take care of that in a little bit here. But right now I want to take care of the centerpiece right here where the laptop is going to be sitting up against, because I don't like the look of it being all gray behind it. So I have something I want to do to fix that. So I bought a pack of 12 of these 12 inch by 12 inch acoustic foam panels here. I don't know how much these things actually do for reducing echoes in rooms, but I think they look pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a few pieces so that I can set these up on the back like this, and we'll attach them onto the wall properly, and then that way it'll have a nice dark gray slash black effect behind this section here, and the whole rest of the wall is obviously gonna be gray still. So it's hard to explain how this is gonna look when it's done, but just bear with me. Let's get these pieces cut out to fit properly in here, and I'll show you guys what it's going to look like when it's done. Alright, so there you go. I got those pieces installed. As you guys can see, I just used some hot glue on the back of these panels and just stuck them to the wall. I find that way is easier and less messy than using spray adhesive, and those little 3M strips don't work in my experience. So hot glue is what I like to use for these. You can see there's a bit of a gap between this section right here. I'm not too worried about that, because once the laptop is sitting right here in the center of the desk, the actual screen portion of the laptop will cover that up, so you won't even see that. It'll look pretty good. I like the way this turned out though. This foam actually cuts pretty easy, so that wasn't too much of an issue. So the next thing I want to worry about is the lamp that's going to be sitting on this desk, which is this lamp right here. It just has kind of a classic, old-fashioned almost looking vibe to it. I think it looks pretty good. Kind of bothers me that the base is a different color than the desk, but I think it'll be fine for this project here. I can always paint it if it bothers me too much. Originally, I was just gonna put it right over here on the side next to the laptop when it's sitting up, but after thinking about it for a while, I think it would actually look pretty good if it was sitting right inside of this little cubby hole, because this is just held in by some screws. I can take that out. I think if it's sitting right back in there, it'll look a bit more clean. It'll be more out of my way when I'm trying to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the 4 screws that hold this little shelf in place. Then we'll get the lamp all set up back there in its little corner, and we'll be good to go. We can move on to the next thing. All right, so here's what the setup looks like with just that one Edison bulb lamp on. It's kind of bright. In my mind, this lamp would have worked a little bit better. It's a bit darker than I was expecting it to be, but I also really don't mind that because I usually have my screen brightness on my laptop all the way up anyways, so it'll still be very visible, easy to work with, plus the keyboard is backlit, so it won't matter that much. But I would like to go through and find a better way to light this up. All right, so I went out and I bought these two 5.5 foot tall lights here to put next to the setup because I wasn't liking the original lighting that I had going there. So I decided that I'm gonna leave this light here. I do like the way that it looks, so I'm gonna leave that on the setup, but it's probably just gonna stay off most of the time. And I'll just be using these two lights as the main lighting for the entire room. And obviously the setup is included there. So I mean, I think it looks pretty good like this. The camera doesn't do it much justice, but the lighting in here is just about perfect for what I want it to be. So I'm gonna leave it like this, and we will continue on with the build here, of course. So now I wanna go ahead and get a laptop up on the desk here, and then we can move on to some of the other small supporting accessories for today's build. Well, it wouldn't be a YouTuber setup without the MacBook Pro. This is the base model 2019 16-inch MacBook Pro with the Intel Core i7. I believe it's got 4 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD, all that fun base model stuff. I believe I got this on sale for about $2,200, but I believe these go for about $2,500 at their regular pricing from Apple. All right, so this is what the 16-inch MacBook Pro looks like on the desk. You can see it fits it pretty much perfectly. I love the way that this is proportioned with the size of the laptop to the size of the desk. You can see the screen is also hiding that gap. You guys can't see it, but the gap that I was talking about earlier in the acoustic foam panels, the screen hides that perfectly so you don't see that, which is awesome. I also love the way that the MacBook contrasts against the color of the desk. You have the nice light silver color of this laptop versus the dark color of the desk. And then you also have the dark acoustic foam paneling behind it to help out with the accents there. So I think it looks pretty good. I've been using this laptop now for about 6 months, and I've grown to love it. I've gotten used to Mac OS. I've never used it before I bought this laptop, so there's a bit of a learning curve there, but I like it. I've used this to edit some videos now that you guys will be seeing pretty soon, and I'll be editing this video on that as well. So I've already gotten used to all this. I've been actually using this setup for quite some time now. This video has taken quite a bit to produce. I could sit here and ramble on about this laptop for quite some time now, and I might actually do a review video of it just because there's so much to talk about with it. But I've got other stuff to get to, so I want to get to some supporting accessories for editing my videos, and let's get to the first of those right now. All right, first things first, I want to get some speakers up on this top ledge here. I love the speakers on the MacBook Pro, but I think I could do a bit more with the audio if I had some better speakers to give me some more high quality audio. So I've got 2 speakers that I'm going to be putting up top here, so let's get to those real quick. So for the speakers, I'm going to be using these TronSmart Mega Pro speakers. TronSmart actually sent these to me for free, but I believe these go for about 90 bucks a piece if you buy them brand new. So thank you to TronSmart for sending me these to review. I was going to do a review video on these, and I still plan to do that, but I saw this as an opportunity to use these in this setup because I've actually grown to love these things. These are, of course, Bluetooth speakers. It just makes it easier to connect them to my MacBook when it's down on the bottom of the desk, and the speakers will be up here on the ledge. So to turn them on, there's a power button on the back, and then you can see the whole top lights up, and it has a little tone. So there's a lot of different options that you can have here. You have the volume slider, and you've got a microphone input for using your voice commands and whatnot for Siri and all that fun stuff. There's different audio modes. You can link 2 of these together, which I will be doing when I use these. And there's a whole bunch of different other stuff that you can do with these things. They've got charging ports, you have different aux inputs and all that kind of fun stuff. These speakers are actually one of the few free products I've received that I've actually started using in my day-to-day life. I use these when I'm listening to music, and the bass out of these things is actually pretty insane. It's enough to shake this whole desk. Not enough to knock stuff off and be annoying, but it's just enough that it makes it really sound good, and then you've got that nice bass feel throughout the whole desk. So I'm going to take 2 of these and we're just going to put them up here on top. I am going to angle them towards the center of the desk a little bit. You can see they're not perfectly straight. That way, hopefully, the idea there is that the audio will kind of be coming towards me when I'm sitting in the middle of the desk. I don't know if that's actually going to do much, but I don't know. I'm going to do it anyways. So I've got the one up here. I have another one behind me I'm going to put on that side of the desk. All right, so as you can see, I've got the speakers both up here on the top of the desk facing slightly towards the center. As I mentioned, these speakers can be chain linked together so that they both play the same audio. And you can see this light right here is yellow, which means they are both synced up. So now when I hook up my laptop to the Bluetooth on one of those speakers, they will both play the same audio. And with them facing towards the center of the desk, hopefully, in theory, I don't know if this is going to work, but my idea is because they're facing the center of the desk, they should sound better like this. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we're going to find out. Even if it doesn't, I don't really care. If anyone that's watching this knows anything about speakers and how sound waves work or whatever, if you guys want to tell me if this whole facing the speakers towards the center of the desk when there's 2 of them, if that actually does anything for how it'll sound to me, let me know. I have absolutely no idea if that's going to work, but I think it looks better like this. So it's probably going to stay like this either way. But I do have one more thing I want to add to this setup before we end the video, so let me get that really quickly. So the last accessory I want to add is this little phone stand right here that I have from Atomtech or Atomtech. I don't know how you say that name, but this is just a little all aluminum phone stand that you can put on your desk like that, and then you would slide your phone in and it would just hold it for you. I can't demonstrate that because I use my phone for audio, so just kind of have to imagine that yourself. But I'm just going to set this right back into this little cubby here on the bottom, and then that way I can have my phone sitting there while I'm editing. That way it's not too distracting, but it is still there if I need to look at it and I have an important notification. So that's kind of a simple thing. I just wanted to add that. And then on this top shelf right here, I'm going to have my camera sitting there. Obviously I'm using it right now, so I can't put it there for demonstration, but that's where that's going to go. So there will be something there as well. So there you guys go. That is the $3,000 editing setup. I know this is a bit pricier than my normal setups, and a lot of you guys might not like that. I figured since I was already buying $3,000 worth of stuff for today's build, I might as well make a video on it just in case the few of you guys wanted to see it. Obviously, most of the budget for this video went into the computer, and in my opinion, that's kind of how it should be. I needed a powerful laptop that is capable of handling video editing and all my other YouTube stuff. So I figured I would bite the bullet and buy a nice MacBook to do all that stuff on. And so far it's been great. And then you have some other expensive stuff as well. The desk is a bit pricier than normal for me. These speakers are pretty pricey as well. So this is a bit out of my comfort zone with my build prices, but hopefully in the future I can do more stuff like this. But of course my future builds will be mostly budget related for people that don't have quite, as much money as this would cost. So stay tuned for more epic gaming builds. This is just a little bit of an outlier video. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching something a bit different today. I will be back to making gaming setup videos very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. If you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next build. See ya.